Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I have a super fun project prepared for you guys, so hopefully you will love it. And I have made a video on Pebeo Prism Paints before, and I'm revisiting it again because I really love them, and I love what they can do to your pendants. And the Pebeo Prism basically is Pebeo makes different kind of paints. This one is the prism, which creates the honeycomb effect. So you apply the different colors and you let it sit, and with time, or within a few hours, you're going to get this incredible design, and not one pendant is going to be exactly the same as the other. So here I have, of course, incorporated the polymer clay to it, and I really love the way all these came out. And I'm going to show you the different ways that you can use the prism paints, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So this is my little box that I carry around with me. I have my prism paints in it, and I got a discovery set which contains 6 different ones from Michaels. And then I got another set from Amazon. And in order to see how they look, the paints actually look, what I did was I put a little dab of them on top. So when I create, I know exactly what I'm looking at, because you may not always get a great idea when you just looked on the outside. Now, the thing with these guys is that they separate. Let me show you one of those. See, there is a huge separation when you let it sit. So you have to make sure that before you start any project, you need to mix. And that's what I do. I've been doing it for the past, I don't know, 10 minutes. I've been just going and mixing them really well. Now, another thing that I have in my little container are bezels, which are the easiest way to apply the paint. But also what I do is I have a little baggie with pre-baked black polymer clay, and we're going to use those today as well. And I'm going to show you how fun it is to create really quick pendants when you have these guys ready, and it's just so easy to make them. I ran them on the thickest setting of the pasta machine and just cut out different shapes, and then when I want to make a pendant, I have it ready and I can start applying paint to it. So like I said, the easiest way, if you don't want to deal with the clay, is to use a bezel. And I have right here, for example, and some more here. So you're just going to apply the paint inside the bezel. And this one actually I love so much, I wear it all the time. So let me show you what we can do here. And let's start. Let me make something with these 3 paints right here. So I'm going to start with one. I want to make sure that I'm centered nicely. So I'm going to start with one color, and as it's really interesting because you will notice as we go with the video that this will completely turn into a different pendant. You will see, like within the next 5 minutes, that you will have all those different designs that will start popping up. It's really actually neat. My dog just woke up and she decided to come and visit me. Alright, and you have to make sure that you give enough of the paint to work. Don't be stingy. Alright, just not gonna work. And don't be sloppy like me. You can see right here I becoming a little bit sloppy, but I really want to show you guys how it works. So this is going to be our first pendant. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit more white, and then I'll take a toothpick and I'll give it a stir, but you don't want to go too crazy. You just kind of want to move it, move the paint. There. Okay, so now I'm going to leave this on the side and we're going to come back to it in just 1 sec. So the other way that I apply the paints on is to my polymer clay shapes that I've already baked. So what I do is I just flip it over, so this is actually the bottom and it's nice and flat, and now I can go ahead and apply the paint in exactly the same manner. Now if you want to be a little bit more adventurous, you know, you can bake the polymer clay a couple of times over and it's fine. So here on this one here I actually created a little design. So let's create a design. So this is my circle right here. Let me see if I can fit it. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as the other one. So I'm gonna cut out a circle here, and let's just do a couple of interesting designs. So we're gonna put that here. Because you can totally go ahead and throw it in the oven and bake it again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in the oven and bake it for a little bit, another 20 minutes or so, and then I will be able to apply polymer clay, more polymer clays to it. Okay, so this is just my little design. I'm gonna do the end here, right there, so that it stays within the little walls. And you can also go back and trim it. Now if you have the Bake and Bond is gonna work very well for this. So you can apply Bake and Bond to this. I don't like to work with my gloves on, but right now I have COVID nails, so for the next few weeks that's what's gonna be. And here I like to add some texture, so I'm just gonna take my stylus and add texture to it. And I'm gonna continue on with the rest of the pendant, and that's how I got this design right here. So this is already baked and I already added some texture to it, and you can see that I have the nice walls. So if I'm going to apply the the paint, it will stay within the walls. So let's start that. And this one here I'm going to do a rainbow effect. So I'm going to add some red on top. Try to stay within the lines if you can. And I added to my pendants the Pebeo Prism Paint pendants. I always put resin on, which I'm sure it's not a shocking thing for you guys. Ooh, I just did a boo-boo. Make sure that you guys don't do boo-boo. Don't do it. Let me get cloth. There you go. Pick it up. When the paint is dry, I'm going to try to fix it a little bit more. Now I'm gonna go with the yellow or gold. Actually it's called 14 karat gold, but I use it as my yellow. That. Now while I'm working on that, I want you guys to pay attention to what's happening here. Look at that. We are already having some action here. So neat, isn't it? Okay, almost there. And make sure that you give a decent amount. And I'm gonna continue on with the green, which is getting a little bit thick on me, and I think that when they get thick they don't work as well. I don't think that they create the eyes as well. That's what happened to my other paint that I just took out. I am being very, very sloppy with this right now. Alright, we just have blue to go, and that is going to be it. I'm going to take the dark blue. We fix this little problem here. Now you can buy these paints as sets, or you can buy them separately. I guess if you like just certain colors, that works great. I'm not that picky. I just thought that the sets were giving me a nice variety of colors to play with. Okay, so now we have these beautiful colors here. So I'm just going to take a toothpick and I'm going to give it a nice run down, and a little bit. There you go. Okay. There. So now we are just going to have to sit and wait and see what happens, and I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video. I'll take a quick picture of this and I'll show you how this turned out. But you can see already here, look at the movement, look at the creation of all those different eyes. This doesn't just look so beautiful. You add a resin to it, and that's that. This is the Pebeo paints are the Prism paints, the Pebeo Prism paints, because like I said, they create a lot of different ones. Are absolutely fantastic for the sole purpose of creating a very quick pendant, because when you have this already pre-made, you can just take it out and you can very quickly come up with a pendant for a friend or for yourself in the color that you want. It really, really, really is convenient. Now, one more thing that I want to show you. I made this one here. I have 3 of those actually, and I want to create a pendant that is going to have 3 teardrops. But I didn't like the way this came out. I used the green and the white, and it just didn't like, I don't like it very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blue and the green on top of it. So that's another thing with those paints, is that you can actually go back and apply on top of it to fix your little problems, and it will work just as well. So I'm gonna put the green right here, and like I said, I'm gonna make 3 of those, and then I'm gonna take this bluish purplish, I'm gonna add it to the bottom. I think that it needed the white was just blending too much, and I wasn't getting this really nice distinctive eye effect. So let's see how these 2 colors, if they will work. If they do, I'm gonna have a very, very pretty pendant. Alright, so there you go. It's very nicely saturated, so you have to think about it that you do want to make sure that you have enough of it so you allow it to move. So I'm gonna do a little swirl there and swirl here, there, just move it a little bit more here, and let's see how this one is going to turn out. I bet you it's going to be gorgeous. Well, my friends, here are a few more that you may have seen already. This one is with the reds and the yellows, and look at this. I want you to look at that. Look how the yellow is disappearing. It's like you really don't know what is going to happen to that paint. So you can actually, when it's still soft, you can go and you can just manipulate it just a tiny bit. So there you go. But this was the yellow and red and green and blue, and this one here was actually this one and the gold, and this one was that and the red. So you can see all those different options that you can make. It's really, really awesome. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I did, and let me know what you think about it. And if you like more of those videos with Pebeo Prism Paints, I would love to make them. But I want you to see how absolutely stunning this is turning. Look at that. It is so beautiful. I love, 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 and you can still move it, so you can really play with it a little bit to a certain extent. You see that? Anyways, guys, I'm out. Till next video. Talk to you guys later. Have a fabulous day. Ta-da!